FNCS Heats are officially just a couple days away, and in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys everything you need to know, including pro drop spots, who is contested, and the favorites going into Heats. Real quick, first video starts though, hitting 100,000 subscribers would be like winning FNCS to me, so if you guys want to help me be able to win FNCS, please just subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Use code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop if you want to support me even more. Without further ado though, let's get straight into this video. Alright, so let's start off with the upper bracket drop map, and let's go over every single team that is contested. Let's start off with the big off spawn fights. We have Pilot and Flix versus Aviv and Booga. Now, if you guys remember in FNCS week 1, Booga was kind of just dominating Pilot off spawn here. So if Pilot decides to stay here and continue to contest Booga, hopefully he's not like trying to fight him every game, because Booga and Aviv are definitely better fighters than Pilot and his duo. But I want you guys to predict who is going to win every single off spawn in the comment section down below. The next big off spawn fight we have is another team in the agent house. It is Batman, Booga, and Rapid, Vanillas and Convict, and Bucky and Okis. The team that has been coming out on top has been Batman, Booga, and Rapid. This team was just absolutely dominating Bucky and Okis and won in the cash cups. I'm pretty sure they finished in like 48th place when Batman, Booga, and Rapid finished in like the top 5 of the cash cup. I wouldn't be surprised if Vanilla and Convict leave the drop spot, and if Bucky and Okis leave the drop spot, to leave Batman, Booga, and Rapid completely uncontested. BB and Rapid are definitely like a top 3 team on the region. Some people could honestly argue they are currently the best team on the whole region. So them being triple contested is honestly really unfortunate for how good of a season that they are having. And this is like one of the underrated teams to like win FNCS. So if they're just triple contested, their FNCS is honestly, it might be over. The next big off spawn fight we have is Japko and Kwani, Blocka and Mixon, and Noah W Plays and Liam. Shout out to Noah W Plays for being able to get into upper bracket. But these are more of like a lot of just EU players all just like contesting. I don't know too much about this off spawn fight. I know that Quanti is a very good off spawn fighter. If you guys watched him off spawn fight Peterbot last season, they honestly did go even a lot, but I'm not sure who's going to win that off spawn fight. And then for the rest of the people that are contested, you can kind of just look at the map. The only other like big name type one we have is Victor V and Paper versus Scented and Walkers, and both of these teams have honestly been going pretty even off spawn and like the duo catch cup finals, as well as some like FNCS qualifier weeks. So if I had to predict the off spawn winners for all of the big off spawn fights, I would definitely say Booga and Aviv, Batman, Booga, and Rapid, and then I'm gonna give it to Scented and Walkers as well. Let me know your guys' off spawn predictions in the comment section down below. So that means you do have a lot of big name teams that are uncontested though, like you have Clicks and Vino getting their spot uncontested, Taste and Yamzo uncontested, and then pretty much every single big name team that's already qualified for the LAN event is contested, like Peterbot and Poyo, Cooper and Kanata, Reet and Rituals. All of those teams are uncontested. You also have Pink and Miro getting an uncontested drop spot, so that is very big for them. And then Epic Well and Threats are also getting all of Lavish Lair uncontested. I'll quickly try to explain the format if you're confused about it, but if you want like a full in-depth like format explanation, I recommend you check out this video on the screen. But basically there is like 5 games, I'm pretty sure, and whoever wins 5 of the games automatically goes to grand finals, and then the top 5 in that session as well goes to grand finals, and then the top 25 will qualify for the, session 2 of upper bracket, and then if you place like 26 to 50th, you fall down to lower bracket, and then in session 2 of uppers, whoever wins the games will move on. Top 5 goes to grand finals, and then top 25 goes to the final session, and then if you're 26 to 50th, you fall down to lower bracket, and then in round 3 of upper bracket, it is just the top 25 go over to grand finals, and then the top 50 are completely out of FNCS, and their FNCS is over. So sorry if I didn't explain that the best. It's a little bit confusing, but I just try to explain it as fast as possible so I wasn't boring you guys with that stuff. If you're wondering why I haven't talked about your favorite team yet, it is probably because they're either in lower bracket, so they have to work their way up from lower bracket into upper bracket, or they are just not in FNCS. So starting off with Acorn and Cold are in lower bracket. I honestly expect them to just dominate the whole of lower bracket, being able to make it to upper bracket pretty easily, and then being able to qualify for FNCS grand finals pretty easily. I saw a lot of people freaking out when they saw that they were in lower bracket, saying that like this team fell off and they're not going to be able to do good because they're in lower bracket. If you want to look at the full like FNCS series points leaderboard, just type in Pinch Analytics on Google, and then you can see like the whole series points leaderboard. We have Blake and Macwood also in lower bracket, and Blake actually said that being in lower bracket is probably what they prefer over being in upper bracket, simply because of the fact of how many good teams are in upper bracket, and it's very hard to get an uncontested drop spot up there. So if you're contested in upper bracket, you're kind of just screwed. And then we have the big names of like Mongrel and Mr. Savage are in 59th on the series points leaderboard. They're also going to be in lower bracket. If they're able to get their drop spot uncontested, I have no doubt that they'll be able to make upper bracket, and then hopefully by session 3, if they're able to stay in upper bracket, they can just place in that top 25, because session 3 is by far the easiest way to qualify for grand finals. So hopefully Mongrel and Mr. Savage are able to make it. We have the OCE boys Alex and Worthy also in lower bracket. Once again, I feel like if they're able to get their drop spot uncontested, and then if the team that they're actually contesting in upper bracket are able to qualify for grand finals, and then they can get that drop spot on con, this team is very very good. They're very underrated. They've won multiple FNCSs on OCE. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to qualify for grand finals. The only real really big name team that wasn't able to make grand finals was Asian Jeff and Cypher PK. And I saw this take that someone actually gave that said Cypher PK could have qualified for lower bracket if Jeff was just a good IGL. And now I have to halfly agree with this, because I think Jeff definitely could have done a better job IGLing, but they also had a coach in the call who was helping them make a lot of decisions. Jeff just had some very impulse decisions that weren't the best in the moment, but we can't act like Cypher PK was the perfect complementary piece to Asian Jeff either. You could definitely tell he was very nervous going into FNCS, which is completely understandable. And I think if Cypher PK wants to continue to play Fortnite competitive, if he just grinds and gets more scrim experience or some end game experience, he could no doubt be able to make at least lower bracket. But you can just tell he really doesn't have any end game experience at all, so he gets very nervous. He makes pretty questionable decisions sometimes, but you could see the slow improvement throughout the season for him. I want to give a little power ranking of the top 5 duos going into FNCS heats. So in 5th place, we have to start off with Re and Rituals. This team started off a little bit slow to the season, but recently they've been placing top 10 in the cash cups. They place good at FNCS weeklies, and this team is obviously already qualified to the LAN event, so they have an uncontested drop spot and upper bracket. It should no doubt be able to make grand finals and place well in grand finals. This is not my final predictions or anything. I just want to tell you guys who are the best looking teams going into FNCS heats. 4th place, we have Tayson and Niamzo. You guys know how big of a Tayson and Niamzo fan I have been basically all season. I've been talking about them so highly. They've kind of slowed down a little bit on pacing, and they haven't really won any major event yet. They've just placed top 5 to top 3 consistently in almost every single tournament. They did win one duo cash cup though. 3rd place, we have Peterbot and Pollo. The whole top 3, honestly, you could interchange, and you can put either one of these people in 1, 2, or 3. But for me right now, I think I have to put Peterbot and Pollo. After the Nitro nerf, this team was obviously a lot better. They've been placing a lot better. They've won FNCS week 2. They've been placing top 3 in the duo cash cup. You guys all know how good Peterbot and Pollo is. I don't think I need to explain any more of that. 2nd place for me, I have Clicks and Vino. The only reason why I don't have Clicks and Vino, 1, is because the first 2 duo cash cups they played, they placed 22nd and 20th in. If they placed top 10 in both those duo cash cups, they would no doubt be by number 1. This is another team that has looked a lot better after the Nitro nerf. This team has been very good recently. They've been dominating scrims, playing just absolutely insane. But for 1st place, I have to put Batman, Booga, and Rapid. This team has won multiple duo cash cups, placed top 3 in FNCS finals while being contested, top 3 in pretty much every single duo cash cup. Their average placement in the duo cash cup finals is a 1.3. I want you guys to think about how insane that is. So this team has to be 1 for me. Comment down below your top 5 teams going into FNCS heats. I'm very curious to where you guys will have teams like Miro and Pink, Booga and Aviv, Cooper and Kanata, and maybe even Acorn and Cold. Just comment it down below. Other than that though, that is pretty much all for today's video. Remember, hitting 100,000 subscribers would be like winning FNCS to me. If you want to help me win FNCS, just subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Use code KDog in the Fortnite item shop. YouTube says you'll enjoy one of these 2 videos up on the screen right now, so just go check them out if you haven't already. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.